angle. Hey Leo, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your July 2025 reading. It's not your birthday yet when I'm posting, but it will be soon for Leo suns, of course. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I keep saying the Sun card, and that's you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching, or you yourself, Leo, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them. Take what applies and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. All right, you have the Hanged Man. I feel like this Hanged Man is taking the time to really look at things. For some of you, you've been feeling I don't know, really in your head. There might have been even moments where, like, victimizing yourself. And I'm not saying whether this is good or bad. I'm just throwing out what I'm feeling right now. But the Hangman isn't so terrible, because in a more positive light, he does represent enlightenment. So for some of you, there is light being shed on some dark parts. And as the saying goes, whatever comes to light is healed. So you have the Star card. Speaking of healing, I keep thinking the camera's on this side. Healing, Aquarius energy. The challenge is the Judgment. Resurrecting, basically. So this is how I'm seeing it. This Hanged Man to me almost looks like some sort of crucifixion. The Judgment is the resurrection. So for those of you who know the story of Jesus, right? He's crucified. On the third day, he is risen. I feel like there is an in-between here, between this crucifixion and this resurrection. And I'm sorry I have to put it in these terms, but it's the only way that I can make sense of it. In between that period is the Star card, this healing. You have the Page of Swords in the Foundation. Let's keep going. In the past, the Eight of Pentacles. On your mind, the Five of Wands. Your outcome is the Chariot, Cancer energy. Let's see what's going on here. What is this Hanged Man? I was thinking to myself, it's interesting that you have the Star card as your current energy, because that's Aquarius, and Aquarius is 7th from you, meaning the 7th house, the house of relationships, how you relate to others, how you appear to others. Let's see what this Hanged Man is. Why is the Hanged Man here for Leo? The Death card, Scorpio, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Cups. Is the Death card an ending of some sort? There's something within you that is significantly changing. There's this death process. Almost like a shedding of the old you, a re-emerging of a new you. But with this, there comes a lot of almost mental torment. And I don't know if torment is too strong of a word, but there's something here that does have to do with shedding the old you. All right, let's see. What is this star card? Oh, Six of Wands just flipped out. The Seven of Wands, the Devil, Capricorn. For some of you currently, you're getting a lot of attention. If that's not happening, that definitely will happen. But with the Seven of Wands, Devil card, I feel like this is something that you're pushing away. It almost feels like the feeling of naturally getting attention, but not wanting to deal with people. I'm getting the sense of kind of like not reintegrating into yourself, but it kind of feels like the whole story of the caterpillar getting into the cocoon and then becoming a butterfly, which is literally the same kind of concept with this whole with the Jesus story, the death and then the resurrection. There's something here where you're shedding the old you and a new you is emerging. I don't know what to tell you. It's showing up again. What is this Judgment? I didn't even realize when I started thinking about the caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly thing. I was like, wait a minute, that's the same exact story. What is the Judgment? Why is that the challenge? The Three of Wands, the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles. Just not ready yet. I feel like there's this waiting or this expectation of how you should be and whatever. I don't know if it's coming from external things or people. I feel like these expectations are almost on yourself. For some, even like consequently, because of that, being hard on others as well. Let's just keep going because I need to get more information. Why is the Page of Swords here? Ace of Wands. The Empress, the Nine of Swords. If you're not looking, hey. Thank you. If you're not looking to make babies, be careful with that because there is the Ace of Wands, Empress, that can represent pregnancy, and the Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety. I don't know why it's blocked because the system that I'm using right now it doesn't allow me to click and block anyone, nor does it even allow me to choose a moderator. I would have to go into YouTube and record from there. So I have no clue what's going on. There's an idea here, though, in the foundation of, again, creating this, I don't know if it's self-love, or more abundance for yourself, or adding more beauty into your life there. And it almost feels like an uncomfortable feeling of, I don't know if the word is anxiety, because it's that waiting period, right? Between that cocoon period, that period before the resurrection, the period before becoming a butterfly type of thing. That's what it feels like to me. I also feel like whatever this is also preparing yourself for aligning with those who resonate with you, as well as having better boundaries. It's kind of like, let's say you lived somewhere and everybody knows where you live and they come and they visit you, and then you, I don't know, buy a house, and now you're fixing up the house. You don't live there yet, but you're fixing up the house, or you're putting the furniture in there. And while you're doing that, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to let this person go in. I'm not going to tell this person that this is where I live. And I'm not going to do this in this home. Everything is new energy. I'm doing things new. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm just a broken record at this point. What is the Eight of Pentacles? So in the past, there's something here that you were working on or fixated on. King of Swords, Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like what you were fixated on, focused on, was your own goals, what you wanted for yourself, for your future, seeing things clearly, and really persevering with that hard work that you were doing either for yourself or something that you're trying to achieve. This is really more about the self. For some of you, healing your own masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter, but healing that masculine energy of where you're providing your energy and what you are choosing to protect. Because if you're in this masculine energy of like, oh, I'm going to protect these people, this idea that I have, this, I don't know, trauma that to me felt like it was something normal and it's consistent even though it was hurting me. But, you know, I want to protect that space. You are protecting this old home that you were in. Okay, this is the analogy that I'm giving. YouTube trying to be your dad. So the old home analogy. It's like protecting that. Yeah, but everybody knows I live there. I like it's comfortable. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a mess, and you know, I've been really feeling like I need to really get out of that space, but this is home. Like, that's masculine energy. I'm going to protect that even knowing that your intuition is trying to call you elsewhere. There's another phase. There's another chapter. There's the next step. Like, yeah, but you know, so there's a healing of that. For some of you, it's providing your time and energy to just the wrong things. And healing that masculine energy is having clarity on what you want to proceed with, what you want to persevere with, what makes you feel secure, you know, because I feel like nowadays we hear a lot about, oh, well, you know, the masculine needs to provide and protect for the feminine so she can feel secure. But, you know, the masculine also needs to feel secure. And how does he feel secure? Well, not only will, once he provides that sense of security for the feminine, she will give that to him 10 times fold, right? If you're dealing with a healthy feminine energy. But he starts with himself, where he provides that for himself. He feels a sense of security. I can trust myself. And this is with anyone, you know, because women have to do this for themselves too. We're all grown adults. We all have to provide a sense of security for ourselves. For some of you, this has to do with a work environment. If you're working on some sort of business, side business, continue with that. Keep persevering with that. What is the Five of Wands? Why is that on your mind? So Five of Wands is conflict, drama, the inability to agree to disagree. This can be something internal, or it can be with other people. Five of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Justice. So we have Libra, Aries energy here, Queen of Swords at the bottom. You want to take back control and bring balance into a situation. For some of you, it's like not a lot of people are going to agree with what I'm doing, but in a little bit of a selfish tone, who cares? They're not living in your shoes. Are you actually doing something so terrible? Like, for example, we can say all day and night, oh, I don't care what people are gonna think, I'm gonna do it my way. But then doing it your way doesn't really help collectively, doesn't really serve the purpose for you. So if you say, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I want, I don't care, and you have, I'm gonna just give an example, and you have kids, you can't do that, you know? You have a responsibility to your kids. Now, this also doesn't mean you have to feel trapped and stuck in your title as parent. You do what you have to do for yourself, absolutely. But you can't you can't be irresponsible. You can't be immature. So there's something here, whatever is on your mind, this is regaining control and balance in a situation that seemed really dramatic. For some of you, it's coming to the realization that you are causing drama. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but I mean, in the sense of where there's this self-awareness of what you're bringing to the table, your actions are also affecting other people. And how are your actions affecting other people? Is it because it's a little on the careless side? Maybe you can work on that. Is it because the other person has their own triggers and traumas and they're taking it too personally? This is why it's so important for us to grow up and have discernment, because there is a fine line between what we do and how it affects another person and saying, well, I have to do what's best for me. There's a very fine line, because we can't just say that and completely disregard and dismiss the other person. Yeah, we're not living in their shoes, but we live on a freaking planet with a bunch of other people. So our actions and decisions and our vibrations do affect the collective. There is something here, though, where there is a sense of drama or lack of security or something unstable here, and that's what's on your mind, and you're deeply wanting to regain control of that, or gain control of how you perceive the situation or how you react to the situation. Let's see what else is here. So for the Chariot, you have the Four of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. This is great because your outcome really signifies that you are going to keep going and you are going to find that sense of security and stability. For some of you, there's a home, more money coming in, a different job opportunity for some. Oh, why is the Eight of Cups here? There might be travels. Yeah. I don't know what it is that you're walking away from, but there's a choice that you make and you go forward with it. You take a leap of faith. You're like, I'm going to leave the baggage behind. I'm going to do this. It's almost like sad but true. There's something here that I have to do, and I have to move on, move forward. There's a bit of fear, there's a bit of uncertainty, there's a bit of, you know, well, is this environment going to provide that sense of security for me? Is this person going? There's kind of this moment where you tell yourself, it doesn't matter, I'm going to do this. It's the beauty of being a fire sign. You start to take care of, either it's like the mundane things And you start there, and those little things build that sense of security for yourself. Yeah. To me, this just looks like gaining that clarity. It's putting the effort where you feel the effort needs to be put, but also not allowing yourself to suffer with something when you know that there's nothing there or there's no opportunity there. I don't know what to tell you. What else to tell you? Something just becomes very clear. You're not over-exaggerating yourself. You're not overdoing things. You're not being too much. Your outcome is having a clear path. It's like having the map in front of you, and it's already drawn out for you where you got to go. And you feel that within you. All right, let's see who you're dealing with. Actually, let's take out 2 oracle cards for advice and clarity. I love this part. And then we'll go on to who you're dealing with. All right, what is the advice and clarity for Leo? When this shit happens, I love it. Look at the card that came out, Enlightenment. This is what I was saying with that Hangman that you had. Enlightenment, and then you have impartiality. I feel like what's happening here for you, Leo, and it's gonna be a continuous thing. This is not just like something that just appears in July and then it's gone in August. Mental stability. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can describe the feeling. It feels like the part of you that needs someone to reassure you or to hold your hand or to take you out of a situation when you're feeling completely alone. That part of you gets healed. And you can't tell me like, oh no, I'm super independent and I always take myself out of situations. No. We all do this. So we all do this because we all have this inner child. It's like the inner child has grown a little bit where they're like, okay, is someone coming? Oh no, they're not. That's fine. I can just, the door is unlocked. I can walk out and then see, maybe I'll find someone. Or maybe I can, you get what I'm saying? I don't even know if that makes sense. Okay, let's read the cards before I pause and then start thinking, trying to give a better explanation. Okay, so we have Enlightenment, and it says, Topaz is a renowned spiritual teacher. People travel to hear his wisdom. He is journeying up a mountain to seek private counsel with the great servant when a young boy stops him. The boy asks, if enlightenment is to be found in my own mind, how do I get there? The moment before he disappears into the mist, Topaz replies, through your fears. At this time, your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you will grow stronger. Relief awaits. My thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? How do you use your thoughts to heal yourself? Well, you pay attention to the conversation that your head is having. Pay attention to the conversation you have with yourself and change the dialogue. So if the fear is like, oh no, you know what, don't do it, maybe you're comfortable at home and whatever, you change the dialogue. Well, what if it works out for me? What if it's all working out and I'm just like holding back, thinking it's not going to? So if you can trust in the thought of it's not going to work out, why can't you trust in the thought that it will work out? So there's a little bit of this shift in perspective. So enlightenment. The opportunity to make an enlightened decision is inherent in Topaz. A journey of true destiny is the vibrational energy here. Regal gold and earthy brown mixed to create something spectacular. Your experience will guide others. The next card is impartiality. Bahana is the wise dictator from the town of Beige. Okay, keyword here seems to be wisdom and wise. And that is what's happening with you. There's a significant change in your 12th house, right? If you're a Leo rising, but this can apply to Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo Venus, whatever. The 12th house has to do with your subconscious, with solitude, with your mental state, like any mental issues. It has to do with foreign countries. It also has to do with places like asylums, monasteries, like places of seclusion. So that's where the energy is mainly focused on for you. And that's what's going to be healed. So for some of you, maybe you want more solitude. Maybe you're more involved with yourself, but there is a growth and there is wisdom that you're gaining out of that. Okay, and whatever experiences you have is to help you feel more secure with yourself, especially mentally. She is known for settling disputes fairly. One day, two neighbors are arguing about what color to paint their fence. Bahana gives each of them a can of paint and instructs them to paint their side of the fence the color that the other neighbor wants. She knows that when they color their world in the love of their neighbor's eyes, they will understand and accept one another. Take an impartial look at your situation. The action here is to listen and observe. If I step back from my present situation, what do I see? Can I be neutral? This is not a time to personally shine, but to allow others to come forth with their gifts. You may find yourself in the role of neutral advisor. Hold the space for others to find their own answers. Advice may not be well received. Be unbiased now. Did the High Priestess didn't come out? Because this seems like very High Priestess energy. Maybe because you're not there yet. I just saw the Queen of Wands, the Hermit, the Moon, and what was the other one? I don't remember. So there is this period of solitude, contemplation, just balancing out emotionally, mentally. Anyway, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. If it resonated, oh, wait. Let me do the you and them spread. So let's see. Who are you dealing with, Leo? Who is in your energy? Who are you dealing with? Because I felt like this was more of a spread that was just more for you, as opposed to you and someone else. All right, who is Leo dealing with? Who is Leo dealing with? The Queen of Wands. Could be another Aries, Sag, Leo. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Doesn't have to be. Maybe it's somebody who's attractive. What is this Queen of Wands? The Tower. Maybe somebody who has a temper. What is their feelings for you? The Knight of Wands. Why the Knight of Wands? Okay, there's clearly some sort of attraction here. The Lovers. Gemini energy. Eight of Wands. So their feelings for you, for some of you, they want you to chase them or vice versa. Or they want you to choose them. They want to choose you. Something could have fallen apart with this individual. What is their actions? Because their feelings seem more like actions than anything else. What is their actions? The Empress. Why the Empress? The Six of Wands. This person wants your attention, Leo. For some of you, they want you to win them over. For some of you, okay, this is literally the kind of like the vision that I got. You know, like in medieval times where you had I don't even know what it's called, like the knights on the horses, and they had to fight each other. You know, they go towards each other with this like big stick that they're holding. I don't even know what it's called. And then the princess or the queen or whatever, the princess is sitting over there, and whoever wins, that's who wins her heart or wins her hand in marriage type of thing. Whoever you're dealing with, male or female, I feel like is in their feminine energy waiting for you to kind of win. I almost feel like Leo's like, I don't have time for that. Let me get a little more on their actions towards you. The Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with somebody who is difficult to communicate with, somebody who might even be hard-headed. Let's see, what are your feelings towards them? What is Leo's feelings towards this person? This can go vice versa, so if that's how you're feeling it's going. All right, your feelings towards this person, the King of Wands. You have the King and Queen here. Why the King of Wands for Leo? The Wheel of Fortune. I feel like with the King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and now the Knight of Cups, there is your feelings towards them, I feel like is an open energy. You're not completely against this individual. What are your actions towards them? Five of Swords. Oh, why the Five of Swords, Leo? Are you doing something on purpose to hurt their feelings? Oh, and the Ten of Cups. Your feelings towards them For some of you, you're like, there's this back and forth of like, no, I'm not going to do anything. You do something. For some of you, there might be a bit of pettiness. Four of Wands. So why is the Five of Swords here? How do you have two awesome cards of relationship, of harmony, of security, clarifying this card of pettiness? I do what I want. I don't care if somebody else is getting hurt. This is a card of lack of trust as well. For some of you, you feel defeated. What is the outcome between Leo and this person? King of Wands, sorry, King of Cups, King of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Swords, the Strength card, and the Four of Swords. 9 and 4, there's a Five of Swords. It already showed up here. I think you have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, I don't think you're completely opposed to this person, but what you are looking for is something healthy, something structured, something secure, something that you can invest your time and energy into, because you don't want to waste your time constantly overthinking, constantly stressing, constantly in a state of anxiety, feeling like you're walking on eggshells, feeling like you have to hold yourself back, feeling like you always have to be the strong one. You just want peace. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you are going to bring peace, because you're going to be in a different state of mind. You could be in a different state. Knight of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody who is focused, determined. They are putting in the time and energy. So I feel like you're having better boundaries this time around. You're more in control. And I feel like this masculine energy is slowly but surely healing itself. So, Leo, if it resonated, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.